Yeah, right, everybody, welcome to the Indie Showcase with the Birdman. I am said Birdman. This here is a game that won't be too unfamiliar to you. You've been around the channel for a while. We have covered the previous two games in the series in My Lovely Daughter and My Lovely Wife. This time, we're dealing with My Lovely Empress. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't even aware this was in development. Like, this one actually just caught me by surprise completely. Like, normally I keep like a pretty good eye on this and I know what's gonna come out to some degree. This one was a complete shocker. I was like hanging out, chilling one day, and I was like, I haven't checked my Twitter in ages. Let me see what's happening on Twitter. And I went over there and I had like a tweet by one of the developers behind the Lovely series, and they were like, hey, we're dropping this during the Steam, whatever, one of their many little demo things that they do. Mind give it a look-see? And I was like, absolutely, after how great the first and the second game were. 30 years ago, the great Emperor Khan summoned the yaoi, mystical entities with supernatural powers. With their aid, he emerged victorious in a reunification war and ruled the Crimson Empire. However, the great Emperor Khan's reign was cut short when his yaoi betrayed him, murdering him in cold blood. The yaoi then vanished, never to be seen again. I missed out on one sentence. The great Emperor's widower, Empress Dowager Wang, became the ruler of the empire, as well as a single mother to their son Hong. Mentored by his mother, Hong was taught how to rule with a firm but steady hand. As he came of age and ascended to the throne, Hong met the love of his life, Zhang, a noblewoman, and so the young emperor continued his father's dynasty, guided by his mother and his lovely Empress. Something tells me she won't be around for long, you know? Call it a hunch. Yet more tragedy lay in wait for the Empress Dowager. As Empress Dowager passed suddenly from a mysterious illness, Hong was left to rule a now unstable empire without his mother's guidance. And soon after, you know what comes next, right? Every character that you play as in these games just gets beaten down to their dirt, and then you take over for them and try to build them back up. Mother, if you can hear me, it's been difficult since you have been gone. Even these flowers in bloom still weep for you, shedding their tears at early light when they believe I am not awake to see them. Please continue to guide me from where you are. I do not know how to rule without you.
My golden son, are you alright? Am I disturbing you?
Not at all. Not at all, my white moon. I am glad you were here. I was merely thinking about Mother. She once called me her golden hair, because I liked to hop around when I was young. And now she is gone, and I'm sure if I am ready to lead our empire.
Hey, come here, my love. To worry, to doubt oneself is only human. I would say this to you, my dear husband. Be anxious, be doubtful, but only for a moment, okay?
Of course, my love. Thank you.
It is my pleasure. Remember, I am with you. And when your doubts have passed, focus only on your duty as emperor. Recall your mother's teachings. We will need them, Hong. The people are on edge.
This right here, I don't like already. I don't like this, nor this picture right over here. Zhang, you keep on coughing. Are you ill, my love?
I'm okay. My throat's just a little sore this morning.
Her cough has been getting worse lately. And what of our child? Oh, she's even pregnant? Oh, good God. Yeah, go ahead and take his wife and his unborn child too, game.
Don't you dare.
1,000 praises to you, your Imperial Majesty, Emperor Hong of the Crimson Empire. And to Her Majesty Empress Zhang, may you and your child live a good, healthy, and prosperity. Thank you, Uncle Chen. Hope you are having a fine morning. Please join us.
Uncle Chen, good morning. Always happy to see.
Are you prepared to deal with the court today? Of course. Of course, Uncle. It is my duty as the Emperor. I am lifted by your high spirits, Your Majesty. May it stay with you. Though you may encounter adversity, the nobles will stand by your side, Your Majesty. Thank you, Uncle Chen. I will never forget their support for my mother, and now for me. Without the nobles, the very stability of the Crimson Empire would be forfeit. That gladdens me, Your Majesty, but please, I implore you not to refer to me as Uncle at court. Do call me Grand Duke Chen. After all, we are speaking in an official capacity, yes?
Yes, Uncle. I mean, Grand Duke Chen. May the Celestials bless our work today.
So, what I've seen from this one from the store page, it's going to be a lot more different than the other two games completely. There's going to be obviously the summoning of, individuals, right? such as in the first game you had the homunculus and the second game you had the succubi. Here, we're going to be summoning yaoi, which is its own game's version of that. But a lot of the gameplay, it seems to be very much like if you've played or have seen my series back in the day on Reigns, very much like that, where you basically have to conform or at least keep certain groups happy, such as the nobles, the traders, the villagers, etc., etc. Good morning, Your Majesty. Be at ease, Kung. There's no need to be tense. Yes, Your Majesty.
There's nothing to be afraid of. You have committed no offense to the Emperor, right?
No, Your Majesty, never. I'm just a bit anxious is all. The Imperial Court's a big deal, and I don't want to mess up. You will do fine, Chief Trader Kung. We will treat the court sessions as usual, smoothly, like how Mother handled it. As you say, Your Majesty. Wise words, Your Majesty.
Before we start, I don't see Head Priest Han and General Chao. Are they late?
I believe the General has an urgent matter. He received an alert that a storm is coming our way. Evacuation security measures will need to be handled. I think the Head Priest is still in the temple dealing with the people. I'm not sure what's causing the holdup. I see. For now, let us begin without them. Very well, Your Majesty. First things first, we need to resolve one major issue that has been postponed several times. It's about taxation. As we all know, the nobles are important to the Empire's bureaucracy and culture. And their representative, I believe. We of all people deserve a tax cut. I beg your pardon, Grand Duke, but the traders have developed the economy and contributed much to the Empire's wealth. We are the ones who deserve a tax cut. Mother, if you were in my stead, what would you do? I hear both of you, but the Empire cannot grant both your requests at the same time.
My love, if I may whisper your advice, a tax cut for a certain faction will help them financially. However, you might lose the trust of the other faction you passed over.
Thanks, Zhang. I will take note of that. Very, very, very astute words, Zhang. I never would have figured that one out. I appreciate it. Both nobles and traders want their tax lowered. We can only afford one. So, we don't know what's going to happen. I'm not sure how we reveal this, but I guess we'll figure it out over time. But, as I mentioned, kind of like Reigns, right? Where you obviously, if you favor one, you have a chance of, triggering the other one literally and figuratively, and also proccing other events as well. The traders have worked hard in growing the economy, lower their tax. The nobles have made the empire prosperous, lower their tax. Well, right now our trust in both of them is 24. And they just about have the same amount of population as well. So it could go either way for us, really. I'll go with the nobles, just because it's apparently who backed up Mother to begin with, so... The right decision, Your Majesty. The nobles shall lift the Crimson Empire to new heights. As the trader's representative, I understand and accept your decision, Your Majesty. And here's the head priest. Your Majesty, my sincerest apologies for being late to the court meeting. We have just decided on the tax cut issue, Head Priest John. Khan, care to explain why you were late? Yes, Your Majesty. May your heart be generous enough to accept my reasoning. The common folk came to the temple voicing their concerns. They feel that the Empire is distracted and out of touch with the commoners. They believe the Empire only cares about tax cuts for its richer factions. What is this insolence? Are you challenging the Emperor's authority, Head Priest?
Head Priest Han, you are admirable in your support of the commoners, but please listen to the Emperor's words.
I am not abandoning the commoners, Head Priest Han. My logic is that giving a tax cut to the nobles will open up new opportunities for the commoners. Hopefully the nobles can divert their wealth into opening more estate, which means the creation of more jobs. I see, Your Majesty. Your wisdom exceeds your own. However, this is not the only issue the commoners face. I beg of you to restore their trust in the Empire.
Lift up your head. The Emperor shall handle all these issues and more for the sake of our people.
I pray for the Celestial's guidance to guide you, Your Majesty. Thank you, Head Priest Han. Consider the commoners' welfare in my consideration. So for instance, right now we have nobles belief because we can't lose trust, at least for 2 turns it seems, because of favoring them in the tax cut. But we also now negative 30% obtain from tribute, so they're also giving us less money because of the tax cut, so it is what it is. We have a rumored thieves thing to deal with now. The nobles claim they lost their jewelry and after workers came to their house, they're asking to increase security. Send soldiers to guard the nobles' estate. Send the soldiers to patrol the areas. We don't have proof of the thieves. So yeah, that's good. We got some for the soldiers and some for the commoners as well. This has been exhausting.
You should rest, my love.
Agreed, Your Majesty. We need a break to prepare to the next session. Cool. So this will tell us about our action points per session. So yada yada yada. Okay, cool. We still have these over here. Excellent. And we are ready to proceed to the next session. So, boom. Violent winds brewed and blew upon the Empire. The tempest raged and descended. Its wrath unbridled and unleashed upon the Crimson Empire. The cries of helpless victims were drowned by the merciless storm. The thunderous whirlwinds ravaged the buildings as they swallowed many lives in the process, leaving only the destruction in their wake. The storm has reached the capital already. How is this possible? Unnatural. It came from the north. We could have been better prepared. A General Cha reported this sooner. Hurry to shelter, Your Majesty. Permission to leave early, Your Holiness. The people in the slums need me. Permission granted, Empress Han. Thank you, Your Holiness. Farewell. Xiang, what's happening to you? Oh. Wait, the pale skin, the cough, the black rashes. This is just like what happened to Mother. Oh no, I was afraid of this. What do you mean, Kung? Explain yourself. Her Majesty has been sick for some time, but she didn't want me to tell you. I can't put this on him. Xiang, you should have told me something. We could have prevented this.
I'm sorry, my golden son. I did not want you to worry.
I would have found the best physicians in the world to take care of you. Now what do we do? Does a cure exist?
My liege, the Empress tasked me with investigating her illness. Unfortunately, I only made some headway recently. The physicians I spoke with suspected that the Empress has a rare disease called the Black Heart. It first appeared 3 centuries ago, and the physicians believe the cure can be found near Persepolis.
And the Black Heart is like one of the regular fixtures in the My Lovely series as well, so I like how that's that connection to the other games as well. I'm sorry to say, but I need to save my wife. Although I feel like it's not going to work, but... Xiang's Cure, or the Northern Storm. Well, for her, we need desert wagons, water supply, and desert outlaws, so... Water supply. The soldiers do not have enough fresh water for the desert journey. The Crimson tribes that are border with Persepolis may have water supplies. The tribe needs the fresh water to survive. Allow the soldiers to use the water supply. I need these soldiers to get this cure, dog, so I'm sorry to say. Commoners? Yeah, I know. The desert outlaws will be asking for toll fees to let our soldiers pass. Usually they ask for expensive goods, something that our noble representatives in Persepolis have. Give the noble goods to the outlaws. The soldiers will have to defend themselves against the outlaws. We ain't caving to no terrorists. So yeah, we lost some trust there with the soldiers, but so be it. And let's get forward one. Noble tax cut and travel warning. Negative 25 population growth because of the big storm here. Desert wagons. Our soldiers' wagons will not make it for the return journey. We will need to spare some money to find or fix the wagons in Persepolis. Force our traders to ask Persepolis merchants to give new wagons. Use the money to rent the wagons from traders contacting Persepolis. So this would cost us 100. I'm down with that. So we finished Xiang's cure. Allegedly. Now we could probably do a couple of these, but we won't be able to get the entire thing done, unfortunately. We don't have enough time. So let's deal with food shortage. Maybe. The commoners are asking for food and the traders have some stored in their warehouse. Buy it cheap from the traders because it's emergency. The traders claim they only have enough for themselves. I'm gonna buy it cheap. For the commoners. Okay. That'll be it. As usual, if an issue isn't resolved immediately, the parties involved get upset. This is not something you could avoid, Your Majesty. As Emperor, you will have to prioritize what must be solved first. But for now, let us concentrate on storm relief efforts and curing your Empress. Okay, so cold remedy, alternative fuel, straw raincoats, and icy showers. What about alternative fuel? We need not only firewood, but fat and oil to burn. Right now, traders and soldiers are the only ones with those. Buy from Trader's Oil Reserve, it's cheaper. Buy fat from the soldiers' backup supply, even though it's more expensive. I mean, we're kind of low on the Trader's Oil Falcon. Yeah, a little bit, yes, but... Look, it's fine. We'll make it up, I hope. Let's get some straw raincoats. The commoners are running out of straw raincoats. The villagers of the Northern District, known for their winter clothing production, want to sell us their products. 450. No, we must use surplus soldier clothing for straw raincoats. That's a lot of money at this point. I'm going to be kind of really broke here, so I'm going to go with that one. Sorry, soldiers. The Crimson Empire is being devastated by a storm and Zhang is deadly ill, and yet more issues continue to compound on my misfortune. The people are clearly impacted by all this. I must oversee their condition and the tributes coming from them. In times like this, I need the people's support. Okay, so this trial tells how everything's going on for the first cycle. I can't imagine any of this being good early on. Obviously, they want you to struggle. So we have fair support from the soldiers, fair support from the nobles, poor from the traders, and fair from the commoners. Okay. Alright, so 1319 total population in current gold. We're back up to 1576. Some cream, Commander. The people have been evacuated to safety and supplies have been distributed. Outstanding, General, but the cure for Zhang has not arrived. I am sure the chief trader and my soldiers will be arriving soon. Very well, let's hope for the best. Your Majesty, the Empress, she... Huh? No. Zhang? Maybe we should stifle the economy so the Emperor learns his place. Liu Ju, don't you dare do this to me! Especially after the passing of my wife, I think. Yep. Yeah, big shocker, who saw that coming. You mean you lose your Empress and my lovely Empress? No, get out of here. My white moon.
My time has come, my golden sun.
Oh, please.
I'm sorry, Hong. I know I promised you we would grow old together, and here I am, leaving you before you can even meet our child.
Zhang, you cannot go where I cannot follow. I refuse it. Please.
My love, let me go. Promise that you will. Our people, our empire, they still need you.
Zhang, please. I do not know how to live without you.
Dry those tears, my golden sun, before they put out your flame. I have no regrets since I met you. Do not give me one now. Stay strong for us, my love. Our child and I will wait for you. In the next life.
Oh, don't say it that way, that's terrible. Hong's cries echoed throughout the palace as he held Zhang's lifeless body. The Crimson Empire mourned the loss of their Empress and her unborn child, but none realized just how badly their Emperor was affected. Unable to withstand the grief, Hong abandoned reason and responsibility alike to drown in unending misery. 2 months passed and the Crimson Empire began to crumble, the nation as forlorn as the soul of its ruler. Gentlemen, I wish to be left in solitude. Apologies, Your Majesty, but this cannot do. You have practically abandoned the imperial seat since Zhang's passing. And what would you have me do, Grand Duke? Can a man not grieve his Empress?
Speaking frankly, my Emperor, you are hardly alone in your grief. Empress Zhang was my niece.
And she was my wife. You will know nothing of this pain. How dare you come to lecture me?
Your Majesty, we did not come to lecture you. We just needed to remind you of your duty to the Empire, to your people.
Chief Trader's right, Supreme Commander. Only you can lead us. This could not have happened if all of you had not delayed with the cure, Kung.
My liege, I tried, I really did.
Now Zhang is gone. I could not save her.
I'm truly sorry, my liege. If I could have grown wings and flown to her side. With the cure, I swore I would have. We still have the White Cloud Elixir. Hopefully it can still be used in the future. It is magical after all.
Use in the future? For what? Zhang is dead. Celestial bless you, Your Holiness. We understand your sorrow, but we need you right now. May I make a proposition? I believe I know of a way to both ease your sorrow and aid the Empire at the same time. Grand Duke, I believe it is time for us to summon the yaoi, like your father once did. Are you sure, Grand Duke? How can they help us? Supreme Commander, please don't. This proposal courts disaster. Grand Duke Chen recommending such sorcery is an affront to the Celestials themselves. You see how Chen is over here smiling with this evil grin? Your mother wished me to keep this a secret and the time was dire. And times are indeed dire. But can we trust the yaoi? They killed my father. The great Emperor's summoning ritual was not perfect, hence why this yaoi became treacherous. The stalwart Empress Dowager perfected the ritual so that the yaoi summon cannot harm the summoner. Your mother worked day and night in her research, all in an effort to resurrect the great emperor. But my father is still dead. Mother cannot bring him back. You are right, Your Majesty. Your mother failed to resurrect him. But she did use the yaoi for the betterment of our empire. What you must do now is summon the yaoi. Let them help you run the empire and learn how to resurrect Zhang. Your Holiness, the teachings of the Celestial prohibit this. This is why I've never supported your father's use of the yaoi. But the Empress Doer entrusted this arcane knowledge to me. She wanted to preserve for emergencies like this. It is against the laws of the Celestials. Remember the sacred text. Fraternize not with the denizens of the dark, the yaoi, for they are fickle and treacherous. You can listen to the head priest quote texts all day long, but summoning the yaoi remains our best option. Your Majesty, whatever your decision is, I will support it. Oh, this is going to end badly. It's a shocking truth that you have hidden from me, Grand Duke Chen. But if it is possible to resurrect Zhang, then I will do it. Even if it inflicts on me 1,000 agonies, I will do it. It is settled then. Please follow me, Your Majesty. Alright, so the crystals in the yaoi chamber represent which yaoi can be summoned. There's going to be quite a few of them, as to be expected, normally the case. And we have to get proper items before we could summon them. We happen to have everything needed for it. Let's summon. And of course we have ourselves a Ninetails. A very healthy Ninetails. Milkers included.
Why, hello, Grand Duke Chen and General Chao. Oh, this is exciting. How are you two?
No time for small talk, Gumiho. We need you right now.
Stern as always, General. And you, Grand Duke. Still professional as ever? Hello, who is this? I've never seen you before.
This is His Imperial Majesty Emperor Hong of the Crimson Empire. He is the one who summoned you. Salutations, Gumiho.
What a handsome one. You look just like your mother. I'm so glad to be back. I thought the Empire didn't have a use for little Omi anymore. Not after the Empress Doer severed our link.
Why are you so happy to be summoned?
Because you're going to help me become more powerful, just like your mother did. Such a shame that your mother broke our bond. I hope it won't happen again.
Behave yourself, Gumiho. I will not let you manipulate His Majesty.
Oh my, General Chao, ever so protective of our liege. Besides, you summoned me, hence I cannot harm you, Your Majesty.
Enough, General. Gumiho, how are you going to help me? Usually the yaoi help Empress Doer Wang by assisting her in decision-making. Gumiho can investigate matters and provide information on how your decisions will affect the Empire. Oh, so that's the reason why we've had nothing but question marks for all of the decisions we can make so far. So they're going to give us like a little bit of a look into what's going to be affected by the choices we make. So let's see, visit the Oshua continent. That's been opened up. So let's see, her trait's going to be persuasive, 50% population gain from sway. One more session on sway. What else do we got? You know, this kind of reminds me of the UI for Guardians of Eden. Alright, so let's see. At the moment, this is going to finally wear off soon, you hope. Travel warning. And the soldier's doubt is still at -25 from issues, so... You see, soldier's trust completely gone at the moment. Trader's trust not looking that great. Let's see what we got. Discovered loot. The soldiers found loot at a crime scene, and the commoner's family claimed it as theirs. Let's send our yaoi to investigate it. And obviously the one we have available. And she is back.
Hey everyone, I've returned with the results.
Good work, Gumiho.
That was rather swift. I'm impressive.
I pray to the Celestials that she's telling the truth, and the Supreme Commander will not regret his decision. No need to worry, gentlemen, and thank you for your service, Gumiho. I can make my decision now. So, they keep pushing this lying narrative too. I wonder if it's going to be an issue going down the line. So, this is telling us here that 100 gold, we are going to get Commoner's Rage, so -5 to the Commoner's Trust every session. This will give us 25 obtained from the issue from Soldier's Fate, and the Commoner's Trust obviously is going to be in the negatives. The thing right now is that we need soldiers. We're at 0 with them, so we need to start raising that up. So we could sacrifice some trust with the commoners, I would say. So yes, it's gonna have to be the one. Yaoi investigations are impressive. Making decisions has never been easier.
Indeed, the yaoi have even proven to be very useful to the Crimson Empire.
But we cannot let our guard down just yet. We have many more issues to contend with. I have an idea, Your Majesty. How about letting the yaoi directly solve Imperial problems? What? Let them loose in the Empire? The people will panic.
General, the people are fickle. As long as they are treated right, they will trust us. They will thank anything, or anyone or anything, that can alleviate their problems. I agree with the Grand Duke. They might be frightened by the yaoi at first, but they will get used to the yaoi helping them. In the end, the people will cheer for the yaoi.
I know they have been very useful, but I still have my doubts. The Grand Duke and the Chief Trader's point have merit. We can test this. I shall assign Gumiho to solve a problem. The type of Imperial issue where a yaoi is required to solve it. Assign yaoi will be unavailable for the whole duration of the problem. Picking the most compatible yaoi is important to maximize rewards. Higher attributes level also further. So it's almost kind of like what you would do in the first and second game, where you send the girls to a certain place to work. To normally, for those games, it was to, like, gather money for you to be able to buy items to do your summonings and stuff like that. Here's going to be obviously a lot more impactful than that. And look at that, we actually have 1 soldier's trust now. Yay. Alright, let's check out this first problem here, and I'm going to start wrapping up here pretty soon, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed. As I mentioned, this is absolutely 100 times more in depth than the first 2 games already. I'm liking that. There's a lot more strategy involved with it now, so not a bad way to take the series too, I would say. You got to show evolution over time, right? And that's what this is obviously showing quite a bit of. Emperor, villagers at frontiers have been disturbed by a mysterious creature. They need help to avoid any casualties. So, we really have one to choose from, so it's gonna have to be you. So, let's go ahead and skip a turn. And she's back. Splendid, gentlemen. Any reports regarding Gumiho's work? The report stated that a yaoi helped the people. You really did it.
But of course, His Majesty's wish is my command.
Incredible.
Even with the army of workers, we could never get results as good as this. And in such a short time, too.
I will order Gumiho to solve another problem. Wait, didn't the stalwart Empress Zora mention that different problems require different yaoi? Therefore, you have to be careful when assigning one to a specific problem. Yes, I know that. Well, I was hoping that before we did wrap up, I was able to go back to, I guess, the cave where I could summon the other yaoi, to see if we did have enough points with her, which I think we do, for an affection event, but unfortunately, I cannot do that right now. Nor do I know when I'm going to be allowed to get back into that cave to check that out. So, unfortunately, we are indeed out of time here with this one, but as you can see, not a bad one whatsoever. I'll have all the information down below. As I've mentioned, it's a demo available to all of you guys as well, so definitely check it out for yourselves and see how far you can go along with this. And hey, if you want to report back to me how far you can actually get to, let me know what happens. I would not be opposed to that information. And obviously, one we'll keep our eyes on, and when the full game comes out, we definitely, or at least you could definitely expect me to cover that as well. But not a bad start. And a lot more impressive. You can see over here, there's a lot more lands as well they're going to open up, so absolutely the right change of pace, I would say, for the Lovely series. A lot more in depth now, and still retains that charm that we know it for. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you next time.